Hey, good people, we are back. So, in our first episode about the dimensions of wellness, we talked about emotional, physical, occupational, and social. So, now, part two, I'm sitting here with my son, Khary Smith McCall,
Look, welcome back, and looks like we'll do the second half of our dimensions.
and we're going to keep it going because we love this topic. All right, so with this presentation, like I said, we're going to be sharing information with you about the eight dimensions of wellness. This is going to help you get a better understanding on how you can get control of your life and achieve balance because so many people feel like they're not balanced and they're burning their candles on both ends and feeling worn out. So, this is part two of that discussion. We hope you enjoy it.
So tell me, what are the eight dimensions of wellness?
I'm glad you asked. So, the eight dimensions of wellness include emotional, physical, occupational, social, and today we're going to talk about spiritual, intellectual, environmental, and financial. I'm pretty excited because we did a good job talking about the first four. Okay, so dimension number five is spiritual. I think this is probably one of my favorite ones, and we're going to learn some more about that. Khary, tell us about spiritual wellness.
Spiritual wellness is the dimension that focuses on searching for the meaning of life, and we've all searches for the meaning of life and what our plans were supposed to do for our lives. It's it involves finding things such as value in one's life, whether it be with religion or without religion. And one of the ways you could do this, you can cultivate this dimension by partaking in activities that correlate with your own values. So for people who do have religion, whether they commit to certain things, like just developing a closer relationship with whatever religion they partake in, whether it be Christianity, Buddhism, or whatever they find attachment to, is just attachment to that, and just finding a way to better themselves spiritually.
All right. So, spiritual wellness also reflects individuals' value, principles, and beliefs. It involves having peace, purpose, and a sense of balance. It may be connected to a higher power. So, you started talking about the different religions, whether you call God God or Allah or Buddha or whatever it may be, it's having a connection to that higher power. Okay, so dimension number six is intellectual. And I know folks will think they know everything they need to know about the intellectual dimension, but we're going to learn a little bit more. Okay, son, tell us about intellectual wellness.
Intellectual wellness focuses on brain health and mental growth. Yeah, something that's very common nowadays is about more awareness about one's mental health, and it lets you know about wanting to. It's best to have that in the best shape as possible. That some mental exercises is a way to improve your brain activity, and I think one that will really help is that if you being a lifelong learner will help benefit you and your brain in the long run. It's like going back to what we said earlier about wanting to better yourselves. This is one of the ways that you can do that. It's like if you're that is learn that what if you're willing to learn for the rest of your life, you'll be in a better state. Once you stop learning, that's when trouble emerges.
Okay, do you ever think people can learn too much?
No, I don't think so. It's the like I said, you have to like it always has starts with a desire to learn.
Okay, so intellectual wellness means we keep an active mind and expand our mindsets whenever possible. Mentally, it's beneficial because by doing that, we get to understand other people's perspectives, right? We don't always have to agree on everything, But when we learn about different people, their culture, their thoughts, it broadens our own horizons and keeps us mentally fit. Okay, dimension number 7. We're getting towards the end, and I'm enjoying this too much, and I'm looking forward to what we get to learn about environmental wellness. All right, so let's, Khary, tell us about environmental wellness.
Environmental wellness is basically how our environment affects human health. Especially if you grew up in a certain place or what you were surrounded by. It's almost like the makeup of how you go forward with your life, and it consists of the awareness of the stability in our home, community, and the earth in general. Are really that our habits have impact on our environment, and basically, if you have a healthy environment, it'll equal a healthy life.
That's right. So it's like we're creating and protecting areas that we occupy for comfort and for safety. Our settings and our spaces support learning and relaxation. That's why it's so important, that we have shelter, and not just shelter, but a place where you can feel comfortable. It's warm enough when it's cold outside. It's cool enough when it's cold outside. Is when it's hot outside. Our environment is where we live, and sometimes you can even think about environmental wellness where you work. Like I work in the office, so when I moved into that office, I did things to decorate it, move furniture around to make it comfortable for me because I'm there 8 hours a day. Okay, so we're down to the last dimension of wellness, number 8, financial. And I know that people need to hear about this. It seems like we never have enough money. There's always something a bill or such. So we're going to hear more about financial wellness. Okay, Khary, tell us about financial wellness.
Financial wellness is aspects of well-being regarding money and finances. It consists of the knowledge and skills for financial planning as well as managing expenses. That when it comes to things like emergencies and short and long-term needs, it's essential that we prepare for it because we honestly don't know what to expect. I mean, if COVID taught us anything, that is to expect the unexpected. And unfortunately, many urban people are not properly taught about how money works for their benefit.
That's exactly true. Financial literacy is something that is one of our passions to teach, particularly in urban communities, because we don't always learn that in school, right?
Yeah.
So, financial wellness is considering and understanding the money concepts, the processes, and the resources. It does include having short and long term savings, managing our debt, and our income. It's easy to work a job, but you got to make sure you work a job that you're making enough money to pay your bills and to sustain you for until you get paid again. So financial wellness is crucial to learn as soon as possible so that we can save and prepare for for retirement, which seems like a long time away for younger folks, but take it from somebody who's not as young as she used to be. It's important to have savings so that you don't have to work as hard.
We hope the explanation of these dimensions is beneficial to you. Everyone needs balance and wellness to move forward with productive lives. We hope you apply what we shared today. Here's to a bright, more productive future.
Thank you, Khary. This has been a true pleasure to sit down and talk about the 8 dimensions of wellness. And we're not just talking about it, we're trying to be about it and to share it with our community. Okay, Khary, that was part 2 of our 8 dimensions of wellness. So far, you are exciting me with your feedback and your responses. Any final thoughts for this part?
Well, no, it's just well, I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to feed you with something that can help enhance and improve your life. That it's always essential to strive for improvement and just wanting better for yourself. And hopefully, with what we give you, can be the template for you to have for a better life for yourself.
Exactly. So if people want to know more about our ministry business, where can they go?
Right, we're at http rain-bow.org.
Thank you very much, son. It's been a pleasure talking with you today. And we're going to go to part 2 next.